Imagine a time when your place in society was dictated by the color of your skin. When segregation and discrimination were woven into the fabric of American life. What would you do to stand up for your rights? This is the story of the courageous people who defied a system of injustice and sparked a revolution. Let's dive into the key moments that shaped the American civil rights movement. The arrest of Rosa Parks for refusing to give up her seat on a segregated bus triggered a seismic wave of change. Led by a 26-year-old Martin Luther King Jr., the African-American community in Montgomery, Alabama, boycotted city buses for over a year, crippling the bus system and drawing national attention. This wasn't just a protest about buses, it was about fighting the system of racial segregation. After 381 days of relentless activism, the U.S. Supreme Court declared bus segregation unconstitutional. The boycott's success signaled the beginning of the modern civil rights movement. When 9 African-American students enrolled at the previously all-white Little Rock Central High School, their bravery was met with violent protests. Arkansas Governor Orval Faubus even called in the National Guard to block their entry. President Eisenhower had to intervene, sending federal troops to ensure their safety. The Little Rock Nine endured a year of physical and emotional abuse, but their resilience highlighted the national struggle for educational equality. Their courage marked a crucial step toward desegregating public schools across the country. A group of young African-American college students walked into a Woolworth's in Greensboro, North Carolina, and sat at the whites-only lunch counter. They were refused service but remained seated in peaceful protest. This simple act sparked a nationwide sit-in movement that spread to 55 cities and 13 states. By maintaining nonviolent resistance, these protesters faced violence, arrest, and humiliation, but gained public sympathy. Eventually, lunch counters across the country began to desegregate, showing how youth-led activism could lead to real change. On August 28, 1963, over 250,000 people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., in what became one of the largest political rallies in U.S. history. The March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom was a defining moment in the civil rights movement, with Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech becoming a symbol of hope and the fight for equality. This march showcased the broad coalition of activists demanding civil rights legislation, fair employment, and an end to racial discrimination. The momentum from this event led to the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The Selma marches were a series of nonviolent protests aimed at securing voting rights for African Americans. On March 7, 1965, Bloody Sunday, state troopers brutally attacked peaceful protesters on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama. The shocking images of violence were broadcast across the nation, galvanizing public support. 2 more marches followed, led by Martin Luther King Jr., with the final successful march reaching Montgomery. This culminated in the Voting Rights Act of 1965, a pivotal law that outlawed discriminatory voting practices. The American civil rights movement wasn't just a series of protests, it was a fight for the very essence of human dignity and justice. These key moments remind us of the power of collective action and the enduring struggle for equality. As we look at today's world, the echoes of this movement continue to inspire us to stand against injustice in all its forms. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay tuned for more deep dives into history's most transformative events.